Hello, ladies, gentlemen, they, them, and others. Welcome to your How They Feel About You Pick a Card Tarot reading. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is a pick a card reading for anybody in your life. It could be a romantic partner, someone that you want to make a romantic partner.
Wink, wink.
This could be someone, a parent, a friend. It really could be for anybody. So, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started right away. Okay, it's time to pick your cards. Make sure you pick the stone or pile that resonates most towards you. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, and pile 5. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you guys pause the video if you need more time to think about it. Other than that, let's get started right away with pile 1. You guys are dealing with this kind of reverse situation. It's almost like you feel like they're supposed to be feeling how you feel. There's something that happened that it's almost like you took the blame for, or like you just feel like the situation has gotten way out of control from what it was. It started off so small, and now you're in a place of weirdness. It's almost like you guys know that you're not this type of person to be worrying about things like this, but now that you're kind of forced to. The person that you're asking about feels extremely guarded towards you. You know, when we talk about, I think you guys see things in them that they don't necessarily see in themselves. There's a lot of beauty in these cards, and it's telling me that you guys are seeing the really, really great parts of this person. And this person feels not the way that you see them about you. Alright. And this could be anybody, by the way. I know I put that in the disclaimer, but I'm just telling you. Again. This person feels almost like they have to approach you in a way of uncomfortability. It's almost like every time they speak to you, they feel uncomfortable. Now, that's not in a way that's like, that makes them feel like uncomfortable, like near you. It's just the way that they communicate towards you. They feel very weird about it because they know that they're not as open as they may appear that they are. So it's one of those uncomfortability things where they really have to try with you, and they know that. So when they're sitting, and I am sensing that they think about you quite a bit, when they're sitting and they're going over the things that they care and don't care about, they're thinking about you in a way that doesn't really allow them to see all of you. It's almost like they get so uncomfortable around the thought of opening up that they kind of don't even want to think about you sometimes, but they end up thinking about it all the time in interactions all the time. We get to a point, and I think that they're older too, the person that you're asking about, but we get to the point where they're working on themselves so much that I think that when you think about it, you think about someone that it's almost like you want to be in a way, but don't really know how to explain that to them in a way that will kind of not freak them out. You guys have a lot of work to do when it comes to you guys' style of communication. You guys have so much work to put in when it comes to the way that you guys see each other, because I'm not really seeing that it's honest. You guys could be just meeting each other, just starting out, or this could be the first time in you guys' lives right now that you're really, it's almost like you guys are really opening up, and it's presented in two different ways. This person feels as if it's almost like they know that you're important to their lives. They just don't know if they feel like you're supposed to be here for a long time. And that kind of pushback, that kind of push away, I don't want you to think that that's your responsibility to show them anything. But that kind of pushback is how they've kind of always been. They don't see you as someone who is here to stay because you guys haven't showed any type of vulnerability to each other. There's a level of not even facing each other here. you guys are two different people from two different sides, and I'm seeing that they kind of, because they know and feel like you're not going to be here for a while because of that vulnerability block that you guys have, they kind of switched up the way that they communicate with you, and you feel a little different about it. You're looking at them in a different way, and you're focused on how to raise that energy that you guys first had in the beginning back up. This person knows that you're important, they just don't know if you're here to stay. I think there's a level of kindness that needs to be shown here. A lot of you guys could have been put in situations where you really needed them to stick up for you and say things for you, and they just didn't. They weren't the person that they presented themselves to be, and they didn't do that for you. You're feeling a little iffy about it now, too. And that's okay. Just, overall, these cards are really just telling me a story of someone who cares deeply about someone else, but doesn't necessarily want it to get out of control again. I feel like you guys have gone through these super high ups and then super, low lows, and that's kind of the theme for you guys. I want you guys to break out of that, and how you break out of that with each other is being open to all sides of each other. There's a little bit of romanticism that's going on in these cards that's looking at this person in a way of not who they are, and I feel like they can sense that too. So it's just about being open and honest. Alright guys, I'll see you next reading. Let's move on to our next deck, Pile 2. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let's get started right away. Alright, Pile 2, let's get started. I feel like the person that you're asking about needs time. A lot of you guys could be from two different areas of life. Some of you guys, or one of you guys at least, has more options than the other. And there's a waiting period that needs to happen before you re-ask this question. You're going to be shown signs from nature that tell you really all sorts of things about this person. You could see a loud dog and kind of think about that person. You could see, a bird fly right across your eyes and think about that person. There's just a lot of things that have to do with nature right now that are kind of showing you that this person needs to not necessarily be free, but needs time. That's one of those things. It's one of those situations where I think something happened where there was an apology needed. This could be you that needs a little bit more time for yourself. But there was a situation that happened between you guys that left one person a little more lost than the other, saddened than the other. And you guys are just on two different emotional beats right now to even like coincide with each other. This person thinks that you it's almost like you've changed a little bit. This person thinks that you went from one way to another. They need to adjust to it a bit. There's a real opening up to them that they feel like you didn't do before you just made the decision to change. This could just be purchases that you guys bought in, and I don't know who I'm resonating with right now, but this could be purchases that you guys have bought in that you didn't really speak to the other person about, and they're just like, they kind of need to see a change in you. I feel like there's a lot of energy, and this could be you towards them too, but I'm more sensing, it's them towards you. They know that you could be better. I feel like you guys are in it for the long haul. This isn't a quick human existence with each other. This is something that will probably last until the next life. It's really a relationship that needs time. There's an energy of rushing that they feel is going on. They need to be able to sit with you and and hear what you need to say on the reasons why you do the things that you do. I feel like you're the type of person that when they get an idea, they rush towards it, or that's all that they think about for like the rest of their lives, it feels like. And they're not that type of person. And so you guys kind of come from two different places in life. And one of the places is of obedience, and the other is of free will. Some of you guys need to evaluate how you want to be seen from this person before you act any longer. This person needs to be approached differently than all of your other things. I think there's a lesson within yourselves right now that need to separate people from the things that you want. As much as we want people, as much as we want to have relationships with people, whether that's romantic, friendships or not, or whatever it is, we can't look at it in a way of wanting. We have to really allow them to come to us and vice versa. It's not one of those things that you can buy, and I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of going through that right now. This person cares deeply about you. There's not a single card here that's telling me from their perspective that they don't. They really feel this kind of, it's not magnetic, but it's a strong cold for you. And I'm just telling you guys that because even though I'm saying right now that you guys need to slow down, they still feel extremely deeply about you. You presented yourself in a way that you hadn't before, and that's why they're a little confused right now about you and about how you're going. I don't want you guys to be scared of that. I just want you to be aware of how you treat people, other people, and the patience that you have with someone who's not as fast-witted as you, or vice versa. If the fast-witted person is the other person for some of you guys, I want you to know that they're a little distracted right now by other things. I think you can try to pull somebody out of whatever situation you want to, but unless they want to be with you, have a human relationship with you, they need to be able to use their words to say that. I don't want you guys to settle for someone who has so many options already and doesn't really take the time to get to know you or care about you. So yeah, make sure you guys just stay patient with this one, because this is a really special relationship, and it's something that you're going to carry on for the rest of your life. Alright, peace out, guys. Okay, let's move on to our other deck, pile 3. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let's get started right away. Okay, a lot of you guys for pile 3 are fire signs. There's a real fire dynamic here that's going on. You guys know each other a little too well to be in the situation that you're in right now. You guys have played this game before. I think that my advice to you guys, specifically asking before I get on to how they feel, is to not make this a situation that's bigger than it is, because you guys have already been through this before. You could be a fire sign that is in a new type of dynamic with somebody, or you could be in a reoccurring dynamic with somebody and you guys have already been through these lessons before, and it keeps on presenting to you in different ways. The same lesson in different ways. This person, it's almost like they see you, and it's not in a way of like, it's not in a bad way, it's just that they know exactly who you are because they're exactly like that. You guys are two of the same coin, but it's almost like you guys are acting like you're not, and that you're not almost like the same person. I know that sounds weird, but you guys really have to look at each other. They feel as if they know exactly who you are and exactly what you do. I feel like you guys feel like they don't necessarily take the time to really get to know you. They just assume things about you, and they think that that's, good enough. That, oh, I only know this part about her, but I think that's enough. Like, no, it's not. There's many layers to different people. And the farther you go into their past, the more that you see about them. And I feel like you guys tried to explain this concept to them, and they're like, no, I already know about everything about you. This person feels like it's almost like they are you on a certain weird level. Like they know exactly what your moves are. They know exactly who you pretend to be and who you really are. And I feel like you feel like they only know the half of it. When we get to the beginning of you guys' kind of interaction with each other, we get this strong connection. And this isn't just like, this could be, a lot of you guys could be dealing with blood relatives right now that you're asking about. If you're not, I'm really seeing romantic relationships that you guys are asking about, because or a serious romantic relationship that, like, at this point you guys have introduced each other to your families. You know what I mean? Like, there's that level of comfortability with each other. I feel like they look at you and they see someone who is not really focused on them. They know that you're in a different place right now. Because you guys are almost the exact same people, they can tell when you're focused on something else. So that connection with each other kind of had drift away from them. They feel as if there's not enough towards them as they put towards you, if that makes sense. There's not enough energy that they feel that you could have put in towards them. This isn't an energy of disappointment towards you, but it is something that you guys know that you need to work on already, and they see that. And now you're kind of in this weird spot of you guys both seeing the real you and having to work within that. This person feels, I'm really getting this person feels how they've always felt about you. There's a level of family here that I want to get into, because this person really, I think you're overthinking something. I think you know how close you and this person are, but based on situations that might have happened quickly for you that you've never been through before, you kind of place this person in a category that they've never been in. That's weird to them, that they never should be in. Like, you're looking at them in a way that you know you would never look at them before, and it's not because of anything that they did. It's more about outside circumstances. The choices that we make really are detrimental to our personalities and who we are. And I feel like both of you guys, there is a level of disappointment in both of you guys, but it's nothing that you haven't been through before. And I want to keep circling back to that, because you guys, again, one of the same coin. There's going to be, this is a rocky road for you guys right now, I'm really sensing. But I feel like if you guys work together, if you not only work together, but if you guys, it's almost like if you guys know each other's moves better, you can go through the next life situation together, and you can handle it better than you have right now. I'm not nervous or scared for this pile at all. I know people see the Tower card and get a little shaky, and the Lover's card and the Strength card. You guys know each other's moves already. If you want to show them a different side of you, you need to open yourself up to that person. And if they don't accept that, then there's something that is wrong with them. They feel like they know you already, and they feel like they know you a little too well, and you guys know each other, but there's like a level of big-headedness that comes with that person that we're talking about that thinks that they really know everything. Like, you guys know each other to like a family type of like relationship level of knowing each other, but this person has taken it way too far, and they think that they know more than they do. So just when you present yourself, don't treat them next time. You want to be open and honest with them. Don't hide. Don't guard yourself so much. Don't guard yourselves because you know their answers. Play from a new game. You guys are going to go through situations like this in different ways, as the universe does, but you guys can do it. And yeah. Alright guys, let's move on to the next pile. Okay, let's move on to our next deck, pile 4. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let's get started right away. What's up, Pile 4? Let's get started. A lot of you guys could be dealing with someone who's at a distance from you. A lot of you guys could be going through this kind of, I know we're all in quarantine right now, but a lot of you guys could be going through this long distance type of FaceTiming type of thing. A lot of you guys are trying to reconnect through everything that you can. And I must say, when I was picking these cards, you guys are doing a really great job at it. There's a lot of energy that is putting in a lot of work, and I feel like you guys feel a little more down than you should, because you have been putting in the work. So let's talk about the other person. This person is going through something in their own life that I feel like you know about, but don't really know how deeply it hurt them. There's a level to them that is almost like, sorry, let me just adjust these cards. It's almost like they tell you this, but it's almost in a nonchalant way, like, oh, they're just mentioning that, like, it didn't really bother them, or it didn't really affect them as much as they feel it did. I'm not saying that you guys necessarily hurt them, but they are going through something in their own personal lives, and they're trying to get rid of a situation. Not like they're running from it, but it's almost like they're trying to not show everything. You guys are working towards seeing a situation, fighting for them, and helping them. I feel like a lot of you guys are really strong helpers, and you want to be there for this person as much as you can, but this person feels a way towards you that they can't necessarily break out of from you. You guys don't need to be the saviors in this. A lot of you guys have relationships with this person. This is not, I want to say this now, because this is not something that you have done or something that you guys are good people together. There's a level to you guys that are good together, and I think that that's something that's really beautiful. At this time, though, one of you guys are going through something that the other just isn't. We can understand as much as we possibly want to, but at a certain point, we really have to do what we can and leave. Not leave in that way, like not leave and just like peace out, but leave in a way that allows them to go out for themselves. And I feel like you're kind of overthinking that. I feel like they gave you a piece of information, or you found out something about them that you really dug too far to know. And now you're in this spot where it's like, do I help this person? What do I say? What do I do? How do I react? Should I strap up my boots and go help them, or should I just say with my words, and is that enough? There's so many questions that are going through you guys' head, and I feel like you guys feel as if there's probably four main things that are going through your head. The Four of Swords here. And again, it's those questions that I was just asking. Are my words enough? Should I go towards them? Should I let them by themselves? Or should I just help them? You know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot that's going through your head. But there's no way, with the Chariot in reverse, it talks about travel. There's no way of you reaching them from where you're at, whether that's physically or emotionally. We got the Six of Cups as an overall card. When we look at this dynamic, we look at someone who hasn't gone through the same things the other person has. We look at someone who is kind and generous and likes to give, but doesn't necessarily know, the other person doesn't necessarily know why they deserve to be given these things. This person feels towards you like they can't even reach you, because of the things that they're going through. It's hard. A lot of you guys could be asking about someone who you weren't sure about, but like you knew that they said things that were kind of off to you. Could be going through someone who has major anxiety or depression. They can't even reach themselves. I want you guys to give yourselves a break from this. They can't even reach themselves. How are they supposed to reach you? I think you guys have a level of respect towards each other that you know when it's time to poke and not poke. When it's time to separate from each other almost. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that you guys know each other emotionally well enough to know when the other person is sad, mad, confused, and you know that about them now. But they feel a little lost in their own head to be with you. A lot of the people that you're asking about wouldn't even be depressed or are not even depressed, but are covered in their own thoughts right now. About things outside of human connection, about things that consume them in a larger way in their mind. So I don't want you guys to focus your attention on that. Instead, look at each other in a way that even though if you guys separate, you guys could come back together in a respectful way. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Peace out. Alright, let's move on to our last group, Pile 5. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let's get started right away. Alright, Pile 5, let's get started. This is a new relationship dynamic. When I speak of new, I mean you guys probably met each other this month, week, or day. Or this is somebody that's coming in to you guys' dynamic that is new. At the beginning of your meeting, I feel like you guys had fun. Like there was a lot of fun going on. And then randomly, things started getting switched around. People couldn't make it to certain things. And it could be, quarantine too that had happened and trying to kind of change you guys' dynamic. But you guys had a good relationship in the beginning. And then all of a sudden, now you're on two different paths. And you're kind of sitting like, what happened? So, this person is aware of you. This person knows it. I'm not seeing, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not seeing that their attention isn't necessarily completely focused on what you're doing and who you are, but they're kind of worried about how you are. A lot of you guys could have gone through health issues, and now they're kind of like, oh, well, how are you? What are you doing? We get to the end of this type of dynamic, and I do feel like there was a weird ending to it. And we get two people, the Emperor and Empress. You guys, I feel like you feel individually a little lost, and they don't. They're the type of person that you almost admired in a way, but you are that way, just in a little different type of way. Like, it's almost like you're looking at them and all the things that you admire about them, but you're the exact, you have the exact same strength. And I don't mean that in a way of like, everybody's perfect. I mean that in a literal way. You guys literally got the same type of powers. It's weird. Anyway, so you guys weirdly had an ending. This person goes on and moves forward quickly. They don't really necessarily have you in the forefront of their mind. Instead, they've got you in a kind of like, I don't know, like almost brother and sister type of way. Like, oh, I'll say hi to them soon, but like, I'm not really worried about it. Like, oh well, like I'll mention them, like, but, and I feel like you're coming back to that kind of place that you were in, and you're like, how did this end all of a sudden? Like, how did this kind of bond, like, relationship with each other just end so quickly? And that's because I have a little theory that if we're on the same path with somebody, right? This sounds a little dark, but there's not enough room for two people that are on the same path to go the exact same way. And I feel like that's what you thought was going to happen. But it didn't. And it should never happen because you guys are two different people. You guys could be, there's a lot of Scorpio energy here that is kind of, or Capricorn even, that's kind of attached, that gets attached way too quickly. I'm not sensing that they think that about you, but I'm sensing that that's kind of what happened. They started to move, a lot of you guys could be in the same creative passions too, and they started to move forward so quickly. It's almost like they didn't even like wait for you. Like they didn't even, when you're walking with a friend and your shoe gets untied and you gotta tie it, and they're not even like waiting for you in the back, not even like a fake little wait, like, oh, do you need me to stay? Okay, bye. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't enough waiting from them. Okay, I think that you guys are gonna be good, and I don't say this in a way that's like, oh, just forget about it, like they're not gonna come back. I'm saying this in a literal way, like you guys are going to be good. They look at you they don't look at the situation the way that you do. They look at you in a way that is it's cute. Like they think that you're awesome, and they don't necessarily think about how things ended. They think about how far you're gonna go on your own. Yeah, you guys are dealing with someone who is able to let go quickly, and I think that you guys need to find someone who is kind of on that same road as you, that not is obsessive or anything like that, because that's not healthy, but has a little bit of deeper emotions and better communicating styles, if that makes sense. You guys needed to find someone who is like you, not you. I'm not saying that you guys are like the same person or anything. I'm saying that there's literally energy here that is you're looking at something that you are already. I feel like you kind of allowed this person to be someone who took over. And this person is not thinking about you in that way. I feel like a lot of you guys, whether you like it or not, could be a little bit obsessive, maybe a little bit jealous, and someone who feels the constant need to set things back in balance with this Justice card here. Someone who feels the constant need to, that wasn't right the way that you left, let's go back and balance it out so I can leave too, and so we can have closure. This person already found closure within the things that you loved and the things that you guys both loved. It's almost like you could have went down a certain path too, but you decided to stay and obsess over this person. And this person went forward no matter how many obstacles were in the way. So now you're going back and you're asking about this person back to back, and it's like, this person is not feeling that same way. This person could be a Libra. This person could have moved on a little too fast, I have to admit, a little too fast. And they're going on their own path. You don't got to worry about that. And I know that it's a how they feel about you reading, but honestly, how they feel about you is very black and white. And I know that's not like the best thing to say, but it's the truth. It's very much like, I cared about that person and I still care. I'm just not going to be completely invested in them, in you. And you should do the same, because you're going to succeed in that way. Not saying copy that person or go do the exact same things as that person, because you're talented in your own way, but go out into the world, and instead of obsessing over them, obsessing over who they were or are, follow that example of letting go. And you might find peace within yourself enough to not ask these type of questions that they don't ask towards you. I think that you guys deserve a lot better, and I think a lot better is coming towards you. You guys could be asking about this person right now, but having someone, friend, family, relationship partner, that's looking at you in a way of, you're everything enough to stay. You know what I mean? You're everything to me enough for me to stay here with you. And I feel like you guys need to focus on the love that you do have within yourself, the respect in yourself, and the love that you do have outside of yourself. Again, this person is just not feeling the way that you are. They're feeling very much focused on other things. You don't need to balance the power dynamic, and there's not enough balance in the power dynamic that you guys have enough to set it right. Let it go like they did. And that's all I gotta say. Alright guys, peace out, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.